What if the whispers of lost cities, clinging to the Andean peaks, were true? What if the only way to reach them were pathways woven from grass, strung across dizzying canyons, swaying precariously in the mountain winds? Paths known only to the ancient peoples who vanished long ago, their secrets guarded by the very bridges they built. Tonight, we won't chase those lost cities. We won't unravel the mysteries of vanished civilizations. Instead, we will find our peace in the slow, deliberate craft of the rope makers, the bridge builders, the people who, with nothing but grass and ingenuity, conquered the formidable Andes Mountains long before the Incas. We'll explore the methodical process, the quiet strength, the intricate knotting that held communities together, one strand of Itku grass at a time. So before you get comfortable, take a moment to like the video and subscribe to Snooze Stories for more calming content designed to ease you into a peaceful sleep. Now dim the lights. Imagine the high-altitude plains, the wind whipping across the vast expanse of the Puna. The tough, resilient Ichu grass bends with the breeze, its golden stalks rippling like waves on a dry sea. This unassuming grass, harvested with care and patience, is the key to our story. This is where the journey of the pre-Inca rope bridges begins. This is the first part of the story. High in the Andes, where the wind whispers secrets through the towering peaks and across the vast altiplano, the story of bridging begins not with stone or timber, but with something far more delicate, the humble grasses and reeds. Imagine the rustle of Iku grass, pale gold against the deep blue sky. Its slender blades, swaying rhythmically in the wind, hold a surprising strength, a tensile resilience waiting to be discovered. Run your fingers, in your mind's eye, along the smooth surface of a single blade. Feel the subtle give, the slight resistance, the whisper of potential. The harvesting of Ichu is a slow, deliberate process. Picture the Andean people, their hands carefully gathering bunches of the dried grass, their movements measured and respectful. Each blade is selected with care, assessed for length and strength. The sun beats down on their backs, warming the earth and the dry, fragrant grass. The air is thin and crisp, carrying the scent of the mountains. The gathered bundles are then laid out to dry further under the intense Andean sun, bleaching them to an even paler gold. This process, this patient waiting for the sun to do its work, is crucial. It strengthens the fibers, making them more resistant to the elements, more suitable for the task ahead. Now turn your attention to the shores of the high-altitude lakes where another vital material thrives, the totara reed. Imagine the dense stands of these reeds, their dark green stalks rising from the shallows, creating a gentle swaying wall against the shimmering water. Unlike the delicate Iku grass, totara possesses a robust, almost woody texture. Picture its thick stems, segmented and hollow, surprisingly buoyant yet remarkably strong. Feel the rough texture of the outer layer, the smooth coolness of the inner core. The harvesting of totora also requires patience and skill. Imagine the careful cutting of the mature reeds, the steady pull as they are freed from the lake bed. Feel the cool water against the skin, the soft squelch of the mud between the toes. The harvested reeds are bundled together, ready to begin their transformation. Both Iku grass and totara reeds, though vastly different in appearance and texture, share a hidden quality, the ability to be transformed into strong, flexible cords. This transformation begins with the meticulous process of preparing the fibers. For Iku, this involves carefully combing and separating the blades, removing any debris or weaker strands. Imagine the rhythmic movement of the hands, the gentle pulling and separating, the slow accumulation of long, clean fiber. The process is repetitive, meditative, almost hypnotic. The soft rustling of the grass creates a gentle backdrop to the quiet concentration of the task. For totara, the preparation involves stripping away the outer layers of the reed, revealing the softer, more pliable inner core. Imagine the steady pressure of the fingers, the peeling back of the outer skin, the slow unveiling of the inner strength. The fibrous inner core is then carefully separated and dried, becoming remarkably flexible and strong. The process again is slow, deliberate, requiring patience and a deep understanding of the material. Once prepared, the fibers are ready to be spun into cordage. Picture the hands twisting the fibers, the steady, rhythmic motion transforming the individual strands into a unified whole. The process is mesmerizing, the thin, delicate fibers becoming stronger, more durable with each twist. Imagine the feel of the cord between your fingers, the subtle texture, the surprising strength. This twisting, this intertwining of individual strands is the very foundation of rope making, the genesis of the bridges to come. Think of the lengths of ichu cord, pale gold and surprisingly strong, and the darker, thicker cords of totara, each possessing its own unique qualities. The ichu, lighter and more flexible, ideal for lashing and binding. The totara, heavier and more robust, perfect for supporting weight and withstanding the elements. These two materials, harvested from the high Andes and the tranquil lakes, will be the building blocks of a remarkable technology. The wind whispers through the ichu grass, the water laps against the totara reeds, and in the hands of the Andean people, these humble materials begin their transformation, their journey from simple fibers to the intricate network of ropes and bridges that will span the gorges and ravines, connecting communities and conquering the challenging terrain. The story of bridging the Andes is just beginning, woven strand by strand, knot by knot, in the quiet whispers of the wind and the gentle lapping of the water. And in the hands of the Andean people, these humble materials begin their transformation, their journey from simple fibers to the intricate network of ropes and bridges that will span the gorges and ravines, connecting communities and conquering the challenging terrain. The story of bridging the Andes is just beginning, woven strand by strand, knot by knot, in the quiet whispers of the wind and the gentle lapping of the water. This transformation begins with the simplest of actions, the twist. Imagine holding a small bundle of ichu fibers, pale gold in the sunlight. Feel the soft, almost silky texture against your fingertips. Now, divide the bundle in two. Hold one half loosely in your left hand, the other in your right. Begin to slowly twist the fibers in your right hand clockwise, rolling them between your thumb and forefinger. Feel the individual strands tightening, becoming a single cohesive unit. See how the fibers, once loose and separate, now cling together, forming a slender, twisted cord? This is the most basic of twists, the foundation of all rope making. Now take the twisted strand in your right hand and bring it together with the untwisted fibers in your left. Begin to twist the two together, but this time twist counterclockwise. This opposite twist binds the two halves together, creating a stronger, more durable cord. Feel the increasing tension as the strands intertwine, locking themselves together in a spiral embrace. See how the two-ply cord grows longer, stronger with each twist. The simple act of twisting and turning, repeated again and again, transforms delicate fibers into a robust cord. This same technique can be applied to the totora fibers, though their thicker, more robust nature requires a firmer hand. Imagine the darker, coarser fibers of totora, their texture rougher against the skin. Feel the added resistance as you twist them, the greater strength required to bind them together. The resulting cord is thicker, heavier than the AQ, yet remarkably flexible. See the dark, earthy tones of the totora cord, its texture reflecting the strength and resilience of the lake reeds. Now let's explore a slightly more complex technique, the three-ply cord. Imagine taking 3 bundles of ichu fiber, each twisted individually clockwise. Hold them together and begin to twist them counterclockwise, intertwining the 3 strands into a single cord. This 3-ply cord is even stronger than the 2-ply, the additional strand adding another layer of stability and durability. Visualize the 3 strands spiraling around each other, locking together in a complex, interwoven pattern. Feel the increased density of the cord, its added strength. Repeat this process with the totora fibers. Feel the increased resistance as you twist the thicker strands, the added strength required to bind them together. The resulting 3-ply totora cord is incredibly strong, capable of supporting significant weight. See the thick, interwoven strands, their dark color a testament to their resilience. Imagine the possibilities offered by this stronger cordage, its potential for creating more complex structures, for bridging wider gaps, for connecting distant communities. The process of twisting and turning is slow, deliberate, requiring patience and a deep understanding of the material. Each twist, each turn, adds to the strength and durability of the cord. The rhythmic motion of the hands, the steady pressure of the fingers, creates a meditative rhythm, a soothing repetition that calms the mind and focuses the attention. Close your eyes and imagine the feeling of the fibers between your fingers. Feel the smooth, silky texture of the aiku, the rougher, more robust feel of the totora. Visualize the twisting motion of your hands, the slow, deliberate intertwining of the strands. Hear the soft rustling of the fibers as they are twisted together, the gentle whisper of the wind as it carries the scent of the Andes. Imagine the lengths of cord accumulating, growing longer and longer with each twist. Picture the piles of aishu cord, pale gold and shimmering in the sunlight, and the darker, thicker coils of totora cord, their earthy tones reflecting the strength and resilience of the lake reeds. These simple cords, created through the patient and repetitive process of twisting and turning, are the foundation of a remarkable technology, the building blocks of the bridges to come. The process continues, repeated countless times, the hands moving rhythmically, the fibers twisting and turning, transforming from individual strands into strong, flexible cords. This simple act, repeated over and over, lays the groundwork for the complex structures that will soon rise, spanning the gorges and ravines, connecting communities and conquering the challenging terrain of the Andes. The twisting continues, the story unfolds, and the bridges begin to take shape, strand by strand, knot by knot, in the quiet whispers of the wind and the gentle lapping of the water. And now, with these cords in hand, we begin to explore the ancient art of knotting. Imagine a single strand of ichu cord, pale gold and shimmering softly in the Andean sunlight. Hold it gently between your fingers, feeling its smooth, almost silky texture. Now, form a loop, bringing the end of the cord over itself. See how the cord curves, creating a simple circle. Pass the end of the cord through this loop, pulling it gently, tightening the knot. This, my friends, is the overhand knot, one of the simplest and most fundamental knots known to humankind. Feel the knot between your fingers, its compact form, its surprising strength. Repeat this process, tying another overhand knot, and another, and another. Feel the rhythm of the knotting, the repetitive motion, the gentle pull of the cord. Now, take a new strand of ichu and repeat the process with the rougher, darker totoroy cord. Feel the difference in texture, the slightly greater resistance of the totoroy fibers as you pull the knot tight. The overhand knot, simple as it is, serves as the basis for countless other knots, the foundation upon which more complex structures are built. Visualize rows upon rows of these simple knots, each one adding to the strength and security of the whole. Imagine these knots securing bundles of gathered reeds, binding tools to handles, fastening shelters against the Andean winds. Let us now explore a slightly more complex knot, the square knot. Take two strands of ichu cord, laying them side by side. Hold one end of each cord in either hand. Now, take the right hand cord and pass it over and under the left hand cord, creating a simple overhand knot. Hold this first knot loosely, allowing room to maneuver. Now, take the left hand cord and pass it over and under the right hand cord, mirroring the first movement. Tighten the knot gently, feeling the two strands locked together, forming a secure, symmetrical knot. This is the square knot, renowned for its strength and stability. Run your fingers over the surface of the knot, feeling its interwoven structure, the balanced tension of the two strands. Repeat this process, tying another square knot and another. Feel the rhythm of the knotting, the over-under motion of the cords, the satisfying click as the knot tightens. Visualize a row of square knots, securing a bundle of firewood, holding fast against the swaying motion of a traveler's pack, binding together the frame of a simple shelter. Now try the square knot with the totora cord. Feel the increased thickness of the cords, the added resistance as you pull the knot tight. The resulting knot is strong and robust, capable of withstanding considerable strain. Imagine the early Andean peoples experimenting with these simple knots, discovering their strength and versatility. Picture them using overhand knots to secure bundles of collected herbs, to tie together the ends of fishing nets, to create simple slings for carrying small objects. Visualize them using square knots to join lengths of cordage, creating longer, stronger ropes for hauling heavier loads, for securing larger structures, for bridging smaller gaps. Imagine the satisfaction of mastering these simple knots, the sense of accomplishment in creating something useful and durable from the materials at hand. The slow, repetitive process of knotting, the careful manipulation of the fibers, becomes a meditative practice, a calming ritual that connects the hands to the materials, the mind to the task. Close your eyes and visualize the knots, the overhand knot with its simple loop, the square knot with its interwoven structure. Feel the cords between your fingers, the smooth, silky texture of the iku, the rougher, more robust feel of the totora. Hear the soft rustling of the fibers as they are twisted and knotted, the gentle whisper of the wind as it carries the scent of the high Andes. Imagine the countless knots being tied, generation after generation, the knowledge passed down through families and communities, the skills honed over time. These simple knots, so easily learned yet so profoundly important, represent the beginnings of a technological revolution, the first steps toward the creation of the magnificent suspension bridges that would one day span the deep gorges and rushing rivers of the Andes. The overhand knot, the square knot, these humble beginnings, these fundamental building blocks hold within them the seeds of an extraordinary engineering achievement. The knots are tied, the cords are joined, and the bridges begin to take shape, slowly, deliberately, in the quiet stillness of the Andean night. The process continues, the knots multiply, the cords lengthen, and the bridges grow stronger, knot by knot, strand by strand, in the gentle rhythm of the wind and the soft murmur of the flowing water. And the bridges grow stronger, knot by knot, strand by strand, in the gentle rhythm of the wind and the soft murmur of the flowing water. But single strands, even knotted together, have their limitations. To create truly strong and resilient ropes, the Andean peoples needed more than just knots. They needed to combine multiple strands, to intertwine them in ways that distributed the load, that created a unified, cohesive whole. They needed to weave the threads. Imagine now not just 2 strands, but 3. Picture 3 lengths of ichu grass meticulously prepared, lying side by side, pale gold against the dark earth. These are not simply twisted together, but carefully interlaced, woven together in a pattern that creates a braid. The leftmost strand is taken and passed over the center strand. It now becomes the center strand. The rightmost strand is then taken and passed over the new center strand. It too becomes the new center strand. This rhythmic over-under movement is repeated, over and over, the strands flowing like a gentle stream, weaving a pattern of strength and resilience. Feel the smooth, cool surface of the EQ as it slides between your fingers. Visualize the braid forming, growing longer with each pass of the strand. Notice the subtle interplay of light and shadow on the surface of the braid, the delicate texture created by the interwoven fibers. Now, let's try the same technique with the totora reeds. Feel the slightly rougher texture, the added thickness of the reeds. The braiding process is the same, the left strand over the center, the right strand over the center. A continuous, flowing movement. The resulting braid is thicker, more robust, capable of bearing greater weight. Imagine the early Andean peoples using these braided cords to create stronger ropes for their nets, for their slings, for securing their shelters. Visualize them using these braids to lash together the frames of their boats, to create harnesses for carrying heavy loads, to fashion intricate decorative patterns. The braiding process, like the knotting, becomes a meditative practice, a calming rhythm that soothes the mind and connects the hands to the materials. Beyond the simple 3-strand braid, there is another technique, another way of interlacing fibers to create even stronger and more complex cordage: plaiting. Imagine now not 3 strands, but 4. 4 lengths of iku, laid parallel, ready to be interwoven. The outermost left strand is taken and passed over the two center strands and then tucked under the outermost right strand. The process is then mirrored on the opposite side, the outermost right strand passing over the two center strands and tucked under the outermost left strand. This over two, under one pattern is repeated, a rhythmic dance of the fibers creating a flat, tightly woven braid. Feel the smooth, cool iku sliding between your fingers. Visualize the plaiting process, the strands moving in a precise, ordered sequence, creating a strong, durable braid. Now let's plait the totora reeds. Feel the added thickness, the slight roughness of the reeds. The plaiting process is the same, the over two, under one pattern repeated, creating a thicker, more robust braid. Imagine the early Andean peoples using these plaited cords for a multitude of purposes. Picture them creating strong ropes for hauling stones, for constructing larger shelters, for crafting more elaborate fishing nets. Visualize the plaited cords being used to create decorative belts, intricate headbands, and elaborate wall hangings. The plaiting, like the braiding and the knotting, becomes a calming ritual, a repetitive process that connects the maker to the materials, the present to the past. The braiding and plaiting techniques, like the simple knots before them, represent a significant step forward in the development of Andean rope and bridge technology. These techniques allowed for the creation of stronger, more resilient cordage, capable of withstanding greater stress and strain. Imagine the early Andean engineers experimenting with different braiding and plaiting patterns, discovering the optimal combinations of strands and techniques for various applications. Visualize them testing the strength of their creations, pulling and stretching the cords, pushing the limits of their materials. The knowledge gained through these experiments, passed down through generations, would eventually lead to the creation of the magnificent suspension bridges that would become a hallmark of Andean ingenuity. Close your eyes and visualize the braiding and plaiting processes. See the strands interlacing, flowing together like streams of water, creating intricate patterns of strength and resilience. Feel the smooth coolness of the ichu, the rougher texture of the totora, the satisfying rhythm of the weaving process. Hear the soft rustle of the fibers, the gentle whisper of the wind carrying the scent of the high Andes, the twitter of the wind carrying the scent of the high Andes. The braids and plaits grow longer, the cords become stronger, and the bridges begin to take shape, strand by strand, weave by weave, in the quiet stillness of the Andean night. The knots are tied, the braids are woven, the plaits are interlaced, and the bridges begin to span the gorges, to cross the rivers, connecting communities, bridging divides, in the gentle rhythm of the wind and the soft murmur of the flowing water, connecting communities, bridging divides, in the gentle rhythm of the wind and the soft murmur of the flowing water. And now, with these stronger cords, we begin to imagine how those early Andean peoples started to bridge the smaller gaps, the narrow ravines, the shallow streams. Picture a simple beam bridge, a single thick log laid across a small chasm. Feel the rough bark beneath your hands as you trace its length. Imagine the weight of the log, the solid, reassuring presence of the wood. See the gap beneath, a small separation in the earth. The log bridges this divide, a simple solution to a simple problem. Now visualize several smaller logs laid side by side, creating a wider, more stable surface. Imagine the careful placement of each log, ensuring an even distribution of weight. Feel the slight give beneath your feet as you step onto this rudimentary bridge. Hear the soft creak of the wood as the weight shifts. This simple structure, a collection of parallel beams, represents an important step in the development of bridge building. But sometimes a single log, or even several logs laid side by side, wasn't enough. Sometimes the gap was too wide, the terrain too treacherous. It was then that rope, that carefully crafted cordage of plaited ishu and totora, began to play a crucial role. Imagine now two stout logs laid across the gap parallel to one another. They are not long enough to span the entire distance, but they form a solid base. Now visualize lengths of plaited rope, strong and taut, connecting these logs to the banks of the ravine. These ropes act as anchors, securing the logs in place, preventing them from shifting or rolling. Focus on the physics at play here. Imagine the weight of a person stepping onto the logs. Feel the slight downward pressure. This weight is distributed across the logs and then transferred through the ropes to the anchors on the banks. The tension in the ropes increases, holding the logs firmly in place. Visualize the interplay of forces, the weight pushing down, the tension pulling up, creating a balance, a stability. Now imagine adding another layer of logs, laid perpendicular to the first two. These cross beams create a more stable platform, distributing the weight even more evenly. See the intricate network of ropes now, connecting not only the base logs to the banks, but also the cross beams to the base logs, creating a web of support, a woven structure of strength and resilience. Feel the increased stability beneath your feet as you walk across this more complex bridge. Picture the Andean engineers experimenting with different configurations, different placements of the logs, different arrangements of the ropes. Visualize them testing the strength of each design, carefully observing the distribution of weight, the tension in the ropes, the stability of the structure. Imagine them adding more ropes, more logs, gradually increasing the complexity of the bridge, pushing the boundaries of their knowledge and skill. Consider the properties of the ichu and totora. Recall the smooth coolness of the ichu, its remarkable tensile strength. Remember the slight roughness of the totora, its resilience, its ability to withstand moisture. These materials, carefully selected and meticulously prepared, are the foundation of this burgeoning technology. The bridges are an extension of the landscape, a testament to the ingenuity of the people who built them. Now imagine a slightly wider gap, a small stream flowing gently below. The logs are longer now, thicker and more numerous. The ropes are also thicker, made from multiple plaited strands interwoven to create even greater strength. Visualize the careful placement of the logs, the precise knotting of the ropes. Hear the rhythmic tapping of stones against wood as the logs are secured in place. Feel the tension in the ropes as they are pulled taut, anchoring the bridge to the banks of the stream. The bridge is not just a structure, it is a connection. It links one side of the stream to the other, facilitating trade, communication, and community. It is a symbol of ingenuity, a testament to the human capacity to overcome obstacles, to bridge divides. Imagine the people crossing this bridge, carrying goods, sharing stories, connecting with one another. Feel the sense of community, the shared purpose, the collective effort that went into creating this vital link. As the sun begins to set, casting long shadows across the Andes, visualize the bridge silhouetted against the darkening sky. See the intricate network of ropes, the carefully placed logs, the solid, reassuring structure that spans the gap. Hear the gentle murmur of the stream flowing beneath, the soft rustle of the wind in the ichu grass. Feel the cool evening air on your skin, the sense of peace and tranquility that settles over the landscape. The bridges are built, the gaps are spanned, the connections are made. And now, as the darkness deepens and the stars begin to appear in the clear Andean sky, we can rest, knowing that we are connected, supported, and held by the strength of the ropes, resilience of the logs, and the ingenuity of the human spirit. The rhythmic plaiting, the careful knotting, the precise placement of each element all contribute to a structure of remarkable strength and beauty. Let these images and sensations lull you into a deep, peaceful sleep as we continue our journey through the fascinating world of Andean bridge building in the next part of our story. The rhythmic plating, the careful knotting, the precise placement of each element all contribute to a structure of remarkable strength and beauty. Now, imagine a deeper ravine, a wider chasm. The simple log bridge, while effective for smaller gaps, is no longer sufficient. A new challenge arises, a new opportunity for innovation. The idea of suspension takes root, a subtle shift in thinking, a leap of imagination. Instead of simply laying logs across the gap, they are now suspended, hanging in the air, held aloft by ropes. Picture the very first tentative steps in this new direction. A single rope, thick and strong, made from tightly plaited ichu grass, is stretched across the ravine. It is anchored securely on each side, tied around large boulders, the knots meticulously tightened, checked and rechecked. The feet of the hooked and cord pipe rest on the rocks below. Imagine the careful selection of these anchor points, the assessment of their stability, the understanding of the forces at play. Feel the tension in the rope as it is pulled taut, a straight line against the backdrop of the Andean mountains. Now, another rope is added, parallel to the first, creating a pair of suspension lines. Visualize the process of tying the second rope mirroring the first, ensuring equal tension, equal height. The knots are identical, carefully crafted loops of rope, tightened around the anchor stones, each loop pulled tight, then checked again and again, ensuring absolute security. The ropes are not just tied, they are bound to the landscape, an integral part of the terrain. Imagine thin, flexible branches laid across these two ropes, forming a rudimentary walkway. Feel the slight sway of the bridge as you step onto it, the gentle give of the ropes, the new sensation of being suspended above the ground. Hear the creak of the branches, the soft whisper of the wind as it passes through the iku ropes. The bridge is simple, yet revolutionary. It is a testament to the power of observation, the understanding of natural forces, the ingenuity of the human mind. The next step is refinement. The simple branches are replaced with more substantial logs, carefully chosen for their strength and straightness. Visualize the process of securing these logs to the suspension ropes. Imagine thin strips of hide, meticulously cut and prepared, used to lash the logs to the ropes. See the hands of the bridge builders, their practiced movements as they wrap the hide around the log and the rope, pulling it tight, knotting it securely. Each knot is identical, a small, precise work of art, a testament to patience and skill. Feel the texture of the hide, its smooth, supple surface, its surprising strength. Smell the faint, earthy aroma of the tanned leather. The knots are tied with a specific rhythm, a repetitive pattern that becomes almost meditative. Over and under, over and under. The hide is wrapped around the rope and the log, creating a secure bond. Each knot is tested, pulled tight, checked for security. The process is slow, deliberate, and precise. More logs are added one by one, each lashed securely to the suspension ropes. The bridge grows longer, wider, more stable. The distance between the logs is carefully considered, ensuring a comfortable stride, a secure footing. The spacing is consistent, regular, a reflection of the careful planning and meticulous execution. Imagine walking across this early suspension bridge. Feel the gentle sway, the slight bounce with each step. Hear the creak of the logs, the rustle of the ropes, the soft murmur of the wind. The anchor points are also refined. Instead of simply tying the ropes around boulders, the bridge builders begin to excavate shallow pits, burying the anchor stones deep in the earth, packing the soil tightly around them, creating a more secure foundation. Visualize this process, the careful digging, the precise placement of the stones, the firm packing of the earth. Feel the weight of the stones, the cool dampness of the soil. Imagine the satisfaction of creating a solid, reliable anchor, a foundation upon which the entire bridge depends. The ropes themselves are also improved. Multiple strands of ichu grass are plaited together, creating thicker, stronger ropes. The plaiting process is meticulous, each strand carefully interwoven with the others, creating a tight, uniform rope. Visualize the hands of the bridge builders, their rhythmic movements as they plait the ichu, their fingers deftly manipulating the fibers, creating a structure of remarkable strength and flexibility. Feel the smooth, cool texture of the ichu grass, its surprising strength, its resilience. As the sun sets, casting long shadows across the Andean landscape, imagine the first suspension bridge, suspended above the ravine, a testament to human ingenuity, a symbol of connection and progress. The bridge is not just a structure, it is a pathway, a link between 2 points, a bridge between the known and the unknown. Feel the cool evening air on your skin, the gentle sway of the bridge beneath your feet. Hear the soft murmur of the wind in the ichi ropes, the distant call of a night bird. Breathe deeply, relax, and allow yourself to drift into a peaceful sleep, carried on the gentle rhythm of the plaiting, the secure knotting, the precise placement, the ingenuity of the builders bridging the Andes. But the need for even stronger, more resilient ropes continued to grow. Imagine the bridge builders, observing the sway of the bridge, the stretch of the ropes, the constant pull of gravity. They realized that a single, even a thick plaited rope, had limitations. They sought a way to combine multiple strands, not just by plaiting, but by twisting them together, creating something new, something stronger, the cable-laid rope. Picture a single strand of isu grass, its pale yellow fibers glistening in the Andean sun. Feel its smooth texture, its surprising strength. Now imagine several of these strands laid side by side, carefully aligned. The bridge builders begin to twist these strands together, their hands moving with a slow, rhythmic precision. Follow the movement of their fingers, the gentle twisting motion, the gradual tightening of the strands. This twisting creates a new kind of strength, a strength born of unity, of the individual strands working together. Each strand supports the others, sharing the load, resisting the strain. The resulting rope is thicker, denser, more resilient than a simple plaited rope. Visualize the twisted strands, intertwined, interwoven, a testament to the power of collaboration. The twisting process is not a single action, but a series of carefully repeated steps. First, a small group of Ikyu strands are twisted together, forming a thin yarn. Imagine the gentle twisting motion, the slow, deliberate turning of the fibers. Feel the tension building in the yarn as it tightens, becoming stronger. This process is repeated again and again, creating multiple yarns of uniform thickness. These yarns are then grouped together and the twisting process begins anew. The yarns are twisted around each other, in the opposite direction to the initial twist of the individual strands. This reverse twist, known as laying, locks the yarns together, creating a stronger, more stable rope. Follow the movement of the hands, the careful twisting, the steady pressure, the gradual formation of the cable-laid rope. Imagine the texture of this new rope, its rougher surface, its increased density, its palpable strength. Feel the weight of it in your hands, the tight twist of the yarns, the resilience of the fibers. This cable-laid rope is a marvel of engineering, a testament to the ingenuity of the Andean bridge builders. The process is repeated with meticulous care, each twist precise, each yarn aligned, each stage checked and rechecked for quality and consistency. The bridge builders work in a quiet rhythm, their movements almost meditative, their focus absolute. The sound of the twisting ropes fills the air, a soft, rhythmic whisper, a lullaby of creation. Now visualize the completed cable-laid ropes, thicker and stronger than any before, ready to bear the weight of the bridge, the weight of the people who will cross it. These ropes are not just bundles of grass, they are symbols of innovation, of human ingenuity, of the constant striving for improvement. Imagine the bridge builders testing the new ropes, pulling on them, feeling their strength, their resilience. They are satisfied. These ropes will hold. They will bridge the gap. They will connect communities. The anchor points are further reinforced. Larger stones are used. The pits are dug deeper, the earth packed tighter. Visualize the process, the careful selection of the anchor stones, their slow, laborious placement, the firm packing of the earth around them. Feel the weight of the stones, the cool dampness of the soil, the solidity of the anchor points. The logs for the bridge deck are carefully chosen, smooth and straight, strong and resilient. They are lashed to the new cable-laid ropes with even greater care, the knots tied with precision and tested for strength. Visualize the hands of the bridge builders, their practiced movements, their meticulous attention to detail. Feel the texture of the logs, their smooth, cool surface, their reassuring solidity. As the sun begins to set, casting long shadows across the Andean landscape, imagine the new suspension bridge, stronger and more stable than its predecessors, suspended above the ravine, a testament to human perseverance and ingenuity. The bridge is not just a structure, it is a pathway, a link between communities, a symbol of connection and progress. Feel the cool evening air on your skin, the gentle sway of the bridge beneath your feet, now less pronounced, more secure. Hear the soft murmur of the wind in the Ikyu ropes, a quieter, more confident whisper. Breathe deeply, relax, and allow yourself to drift into a peaceful sleep, carried on the gentle rhythm of the twisting, the secure knotting, the precise placement, the ingenuity of the builders, bridging the Andes, and the need to cross to connect to bridge the divide, drives innovation. The anchor points, vital to the stability and safety of the bridge, are no longer simply large stones nestled in the earth. They are evolving, becoming more secure, more permanent. Picture the bridge builders, their faces etched with the wisdom of generations, carefully selecting stones, not just for their size, but for their shape, their strength, their resistance to the elements. They search for stones with natural curves, with angles that can grip the earth more firmly. Imagine them chipping away at these chosen stones, slowly, methodically, shaping them with handheld tools of harder rock. Feel the rhythmic tap, tap, tap of stone against stone, echoing through the Andean air, a steady beat, a lullaby of progress. Visualize the dust rising, a fine gray cloud against the backdrop of the towering mountains. Breathe in the scent of the earth, mingled with the sharp tang of the stone dust. These carved stones, shaped with such care and precision, are more than just anchors. They are testaments to human ingenuity, to the ability to adapt, to improve, to innovate. They are the foundation upon which the bridge is built, the anchors that hold it secure against the wind, the rain, the passage of time. And the earth itself, the very ground beneath the bridge, is no longer simply packed down. It is prepared, reinforced, strengthened. Visualize the bridge builders, digging deeper pits for the anchor stones, carefully lining them with smaller stones, creating a cradle of support. They fill the gaps between the stones with tightly packed earth, layer upon layer, tamping it down with heavy wooden mallets. Hear the thud of the mallet against the earth, a rhythmic pulse, a steady heartbeat, a soothing sound. Feel the vibration of the mallet through the ground, a gentle tremor, a reassuring solidity. Imagine the texture of the earth, damp and cool, yielding yet firm, packed tight around the anchor stones. These anchor points, reinforced with carved stone and compacted earth, are stronger, more stable, more resistant to the forces of nature. But the innovation doesn't stop there. The bridge builders, ever striving for improvement, begin to incorporate wood into their anchoring systems. Imagine them selecting strong, sturdy logs, the heartwood dense and resistant to decay. Feel the weight of the logs, their rough, textured bark, the solid heft of them in your hands. They carve these logs, shaping them into wedges, into hooks, into anchors that can grip the earth, that can be lashed securely to the cable-laid ropes. Visualize the careful carving, the slow, deliberate strokes of the tools, shaping the wood into forms that are both functional and beautiful. Hear the rasp of the tools against the wood, a soft, rhythmic sound, a whisper of creation. These wooden anchors are then carefully placed, driven deep into the earth, alongside the carved stones. Imagine the force required, the steady pressure, the gradual sinking of the wood into the soil. Feel the resistance of the earth, the slow yielding, the secure hold of the anchor. The cable-laid ropes, thicker and stronger than ever before, are now lashed to these improved anchor points, the knots tied with even greater care, with a precision born of generations of experience. Visualize the hands of the bridge builders, their fingers nimble and strong, working the ropes, tying the knots. Feel the texture of the ropes, their rough surface, their inherent strength. Each knot is a marvel of intricate weaving, a testament to the ingenuity of the Andean bridge builders. Follow the path of the rope as it is wrapped, looped, and tightened, forming a knot that is both strong and secure. Feel the tension in the rope, the tightness of the knot, the reassuring solidity of the connection. The process is repeated on the other side of the ravine, the anchor points prepared, the wooden anchors placed, the ropes lashed with the same meticulous care. The bridge, now anchored more securely than ever before, hangs suspended above the chasm, a symbol of human perseverance, a testament to the power of innovation. Imagine standing near the completed bridge, feeling the cool evening air on your skin, hearing the soft murmur of the wind in the icky ropes, a gentle whisper, a lullaby of connection. The sway of the bridge is minimal now, almost imperceptible, a testament to the strength of the new anchoring system. Look out across the ravine. at the landscape bathed in the soft light of the setting sun. Feel a sense of peace, of accomplishment, of connection. The bridge is not just a structure, it is a pathway, a link, a testament to the human spirit, the drive to overcome obstacles, to connect, to bridge the divide. Breathe deeply, relax, and allow yourself to drift into a peaceful sleep, lulled by the rhythmic tapping of stone on stone, the rasp of tools on wood, the soft whisper of the wind in the ropes, the secure hold of the anchors, the ingenuity of the bridge builders bridging the Andes. The ingenuity of the bridge builders bridging the Andes. And now, with the anchors firmly set, the true form of the bridge begins to emerge. The next stage, the creation of the deck, the walkway, the pathway across the chasm, is a marvel of intricate lashing and meticulous placement. Imagine the bridge builders gathering long, slender planks of wood, carefully chosen for their strength and flexibility. These planks, perhaps of willow or alder, are smoothed and shaped, their surfaces carefully prepared for the journey they will undertake. Feel the smooth texture of the wood, the subtle grain, the warmth of the sun-dried surface. The first plank is positioned carefully, spanning the gap between two of the main cables. Visualize the hands of the bridge builders, guiding the plank into place, ensuring its even distribution across the cables. The process is precise, deliberate, each movement carefully considered. Now comes the crucial task of securing the plank. Thin, strong ropes, crafted from IQ grass or other resilient fibers, are meticulously looped around the plank and the supporting cable. Follow the path of the rope, its intricate weaving, a dance of connection and security. The first knot is tied, a simple yet effective knot, perhaps a clove hitch. Its loops snug against the wood and cable. Feel the tightness of the knot, the secure hold, the reassuring connection. The process is repeated, another knot tied a short distance away, then another and another, each knot a miniature masterpiece of practical artistry. Imagine the rhythmic pulling of the rope, the tightening of the knots, a slow, steady rhythm, a lullaby of construction. The rope is drawn taut, securing the plank firmly to the cables. Feel the tension in the rope, the solidity of the connection. The plank, now an integral part of the bridge. The next plank is brought forward, positioned alongside the first, its edge butting snugly against its neighbor. Visualize the alignment of the planks, their edges flush, creating a smooth, continuous surface. The lashing process begins anew. The thin, strong ropes are looped and knotted, securing the second plank to the cables, binding it to its neighbor. Imagine the repetition of the process, the steady rhythm of the lashing, the gradual extension of the deck. The knots are tied with the same meticulous care, the same precise movements, each knot a testament to the skill and patience of the bridge builders. As the deck extends, plank by plank, the bridge begins to take shape. Visualize the growing walkway stretching across the chasm, a pathway of wood and rope, a testament to human ingenuity. The rhythm of the lashing continues, a steady, soothing sound, a mantra of construction. Each knot is tied with precision, each plank carefully positioned, the deck growing steadily, surely, reaching out across the void. The sun dips lower in the sky, casting long shadows across the ravine, but the work continues. The bridge builders, driven by their purpose, their commitment to connection. Imagine the scene, the bridge builders silhouetted against the setting sun, their movements precise and rhythmic, their hands weaving a tapestry of rope and wood. Feel the cool evening air. Hear the soft murmur of the wind in the ichu ropes, a gentle whisper, a lullaby of progress. The deck continues to extend plank by plank, the lashing process repeated again and again. Imagine the repetition, the steady rhythm, the slow, deliberate progress. Feel the texture of the ropes, the smooth surface of the wood, the secure hold of the knots. The bridge builders work with a quiet focus, their movements precise and efficient, their hands guided by generations of knowledge and experience. As the last plank is placed and secured, the deck is complete. A continuous walkway now spans the chasm, a pathway of wood and rope, a testament to the ingenuity and perseverance of the Andean bridge builders. Imagine standing on the completed deck, feeling the slight give of the ropes, the gentle sway of the bridge, the solid support of the wood beneath your feet. Look out across the ravine, at the landscape bathed in the soft light of the setting sun. Feel a sense of awe, of accomplishment, of connection. The bridge is not just a structure, it is a pathway, a link, a testament to the human spirit, the drive to overcome obstacles, to connect, to bridge the divide. Breathe deeply, relax, and allow yourself to drift into a peaceful sleep, lulled by the rhythmic tapping of stone on stone, the rasp of tools on wood, the soft whisper of the wind in the ropes, the secure hold of the knots, the steady rhythm of the lashing, the smooth surface of the wooden planks, the ingenuity of the bridge builders, bridging the Andes, and now we consider the ambition to build higher, to span wider chasms, to carry heavier loads. Imagine the challenge faced by these early engineers. A longer span means greater tension on the ropes. A heavier load means increased stress on every fiber. Picture the bridge builders gathered, discussing, debating, experimenting. They understand intuitively the principles of tension and compression, the interplay of forces that govern the stability of their structures. They test different fibers, thicker Inca grass, braided strands of tora reeds, experimenting with twisting and plying techniques. Imagine the feel of the rough fibers in their hands, the satisfying pull as they tighten a knot, the subtle creak of the rope under tension. Visualize the meticulous process of braiding, the steady rhythm of their hands, the intertwining strands forming a stronger, more resilient cord. Each twist, each ply adds to the rope's strength, its ability to resist the pull of gravity, the strain of weight. They begin to understand the relationship between rope diameter and load capacity. A thicker rope can bear more weight, but it also requires more material, more effort to create. The balance must be carefully considered, the weight of the bridge itself against the weight it must carry. Visualize a thicker rope, its individual strands tightly woven, a testament to the patience and skill of the rope makers. Feel the weight of the rope in your hands, its strength and resilience. The anchor points become even more crucial. Larger stones are chosen, carefully positioned, buried deep in the earth. Imagine the effort required to move these massive stones, the coordinated strength of many hands, the slow, steady progress as the stones are levered into place. The earth is packed tightly around the stones, securing them against the immense pull of the ropes. Visualize the anchor stones, their weight and solidity, their immovability. The cables themselves are multiplied, not just 2, but 4, 6, even 8, each cable sharing the burden, distributing the load. Imagine the network of cables, their parallel lines stretching across the ravine, a complex web of support. The cables are spaced evenly, carefully aligned, their tension meticulously adjusted. Visualize the tension in the cables, the taut lines humming with potential energy. The deck construction also evolves. Thicker, wider planks are used, providing a more stable surface capable of supporting heavier loads. The lashing becomes even more intricate, a complex pattern of knots and loops, binding the planks securely to the cables, distributing the weight evenly across the deck. Imagine the intricate lashing, the tightly drawn ropes, the secure hold of the knots. Feel the texture of the wood, the solid support of the deck. The bridge builders develop methods for reinforcing the deck, adding cross beams and supports, creating a stronger, more rigid structure. Visualize the cross beams, their placement carefully calculated, their function to distribute the load, to prevent sagging and twisting. The supports are lashed in place, adding another layer of security, another element of stability. As the bridges become higher and longer, the builders begin to incorporate handrails, simple structures of rope and wood, offering a sense of security, a reassuring presence in the face of the daunting heights. Imagine gripping the handrail, feeling the reassuring solidity of the wood, the secure hold of the ropes. Visualize the handrail, its simple yet effective design, a testament to the builder's understanding of human needs. The process of testing becomes more rigorous. Loads are carefully increased, the bridge's response meticulously observed. The builders watch for any signs of strain, any hint of weakness, any indication that the bridge might not be able to bear the weight. They listen for the creak of the ropes, the groan of the wood, the subtle shifts and settlements that might indicate a problem. Imagine the tension of the testing process, the careful observation, the analysis of the results. Each successful test brings a sense of accomplishment, a confirmation of their knowledge and skill, a validation of their design. Each failure is a lesson learned, an opportunity to refine their techniques, to improve their designs, to build even stronger, more resilient bridges. Visualize the bridge builders, their faces etched with concentration, their eyes scanning the structure, searching for any sign of weakness. Feel the sense of accomplishment as the bridge passes each test, the growing confidence in their ability to overcome the challenges. The knowledge gained from these experiences is passed down from generation to generation, a legacy of ingenuity and innovation. The techniques are refined, the designs improved, the bridges become ever more sophisticated, ever more impressive. The dream of connecting, of bridging the divide becomes a reality, a testament to the human spirit. The drive to overcome obstacles, to build, to connect, to bridge the Andes. Now breathe deeply, relax, and allow the rhythmic sounds of construction to lull you into a peaceful sleep. Imagine the steady rhythm of the lashing, the tap of stone on stone, the creak of ropes, the gentle sway of the bridge. Let these sounds wash over you, carrying you deeper into relaxation, into sleep. A legacy of ingenuity and innovation. And nowhere is this legacy more vividly embodied than in the Quiahuachica Bridge, a living testament to the pre-Inca mastery of rope and suspension bridge technology. Imagine this bridge, high in the Andes, spanning a deep gorge, a ribbon of woven grass, against the backdrop of towering peaks. Feel the thin air, the chill wind, the awe-inspiring vastness of the landscape. The Quiahuachica is not merely a bridge, it's a ritual, a ceremony, a reaffirmation of ancient knowledge and community bonds. Its annual reconstruction is a testament to the enduring power of tradition, a link to the past, a bridge between generations. Visualize the community gathering, men, women, and children, all contributing to the process, each playing a vital role in the renewal of this vital link. The process begins with the collection of ichu, a tough, resilient grass that grows abundantly in the high Andes. Imagine the golden stalks of ichu swaying in the wind, their fibrous texture rough against your skin. The ichu is harvested by hand, bundled together and carried down to the bridge site. Visualize the bundles of ichu, their weight surprisingly light, their texture coarse and dry. The preparation of the EQ is a meticulous process, each blade carefully inspected, any imperfections removed. The EQ is then twisted and braided into thin cords, called kuya. Imagine the nimble fingers working the EQ, twisting and turning, creating long, slender cords. Feel the texture of the kuya, its surprising strength, its flexibility. The kuya are then combined to form larger ropes, called kabuya. Visualize the kuya being brought together, interwoven, their individual strengths combined to create a stronger, more robust material. The process is repetitive, rhythmic, a meditative act of creation. Imagine the steady rhythm of the braiding, the gentle pull of the strands, the gradual thickening of the rope. The kabuya are then further combined to form even thicker ropes, the main cables that will support the bridge. Visualize the thick cables, their immense strength, their ability to bear the weight of the bridge and its users. The anchoring of the main cables is a crucial step, requiring careful planning and precise execution. Large stones are used as anchors, their weight and stability essential to the security of the bridge. The cables are looped around these anchors, their ends secured with intricate knots. Imagine the heavy stones, their rough surfaces, their immovability. Visualize the cables looped around the stones, the knots tightly drawn, securing the bridge to the earth. The process is repeated on the opposite side of the gorge, the cables stretched taut across the void. Imagine the cables spanning the gorge, their graceful curve, their tensile strength holding them firm against the pull of gravity. The construction of the deck begins with the laying of the quichua, thin branches and twigs woven together to form a mat. Visualize the kiswa, its interwoven branches, its flexible yet surprisingly strong structure. The kiswa is laid over the main cables, providing a base for the walking surface. Imagine the kiswa being laid across the cables, its uneven surface conforming to the curve of the bridge. Then, the main cables are laid side by side, each one being meticulously secured to the other. Picture the hands moving, carefully wrapping the lashing materials around the cables, tightening the knots. The kiswa chaka's strength resides in the repetition of this simple action, again and again, layer upon layer, forming a single, solid, unified structure. Visualize the bridge builders working together, their movements synchronized, their efforts combined to create something greater than the sum of its parts. The final step is the addition of the handrails. Simple yet essential for safety, the handrails are made of thinner ropes lashed to the main cables, providing a secure grip for those crossing the bridge. Imagine gripping the handrail, feeling the rough texture of the rope, the reassuring solidity of the structure. Visualize the bridge, complete, a testament to the ingenuity and skill of the builders, a symbol of connection and community. The Kiswa Bridge is more than just a means of crossing a gorge. It's a living embodiment of ancestral knowledge, a tangible link to the past. It stands as a reminder of the ingenuity and resilience of the pre-Inca people, their ability to overcome challenges, to connect, to build, to bridge the Andes. Imagine walking across the Kiswa Chaka, the gentle sway of the bridge beneath your feet, the wind whispering through the EQ, the breathtaking views of the Andes all around you. Feel the connection to the past, the continuity of tradition, the enduring power of human ingenuity. Breathe deeply, relax, and allow the image of the Kiswa Chaka to lull you into a peaceful sleep. Imagine the gentle sway of the bridge, the rhythmic creak of the ropes, the whisper of the wind, the vastness of the Andean sky. Let these sensations wash over you, carrying you deeper into relaxation, into sleep. But the Kiswa Chaka is not merely a static monument. It is a living bridge, constantly renewed, its existence a testament to the enduring strength of tradition. Every year the communities gather, their collective memory guiding their hands in the intricate dance of renewal. Imagine the anticipation building in the days leading up to the rebuilding ceremony. The air crackles with excitement, a shared understanding of the importance of this ancient ritual. Visualize the families traveling from their villages, their footsteps echoing the journeys of their ancestors. They carry with them the ichu, the golden grass harvested from the high slopes, the very same material used for generations. Imagine the bundles of ichu, their fragrant scent filling the air, their golden hues shimmering in the Andean sun. The first step is the dismantling of the old bridge. This is not an act of destruction, but rather a reverent deconstruction. Each rope is carefully untied, each knot meticulously undone, the process performed with the same care and precision as the original construction. Visualize the hands working, undoing the knots, unwinding the ropes, their movements deliberate and respectful. The old ropes are not discarded, but rather collected and offered to the Pachamama, the Earth Mother, in a gesture of gratitude and reciprocity. Imagine the offering, the old ropes laid upon the earth, a symbol of the cyclical nature of life, death, and rebirth. The rebuilding begins with the twisting of the ishu into thin cords, or keswa. Visualize the hands working, rolling the ishu between palms, transforming the individual blades into strong, flexible cords. This is a repetitive process, each twist adding strength and resilience to the material. Imagine the rhythmic motion of the hands, the steady accumulation of the ishwa, the gradual transformation of raw material into something useful, something strong. The eswa are then braided together to form thicker ropes, the process echoing the braiding of hair, a connection to the domestic, the familial, the ancestral. Imagine the braiding of the eswa, the intertwining of the individual strands, the creation of something greater than the sum of its parts. These thicker ropes are then combined to form the four main cables, the very backbone of the bridge. Imagine the ropes being laid side by side, their lengths carefully measured, their ends precisely aligned. The lashing begins, the thin ropes wrapped tightly around the main cables, binding them together, creating a unified structure. Visualize the hands working, wrapping the lashing material around the cables, pulling it taut, knotting it securely. This process is repeated again and again, the repetitive motion creating a hypnotic rhythm, a meditative focus. Imagine the sound of the ropes rubbing against each other, the gentle creak of the fibers, the rhythmic tapping of the tools. Feel the tension in the ropes, the strength of the knots, the growing solidity of the structure. Visualize the bridge taking shape, the cables stretching across the gorge, their graceful curve mirroring the contours of the landscape. The community works together, their movements synchronized, their efforts harmonized. There is a shared understanding, a collective knowledge passed down through generations. The elders guide the younger members, their experienced hands demonstrating the proper techniques, their voices murmuring instructions, sharing stories, weaving the past into the present. Imagine the elders, their wrinkled hands expertly guiding the younger generation, their voices whispering ancient knowledge, their presence a living link to the past. The laying of the deck is another communal effort. The Kuswa is laid across the main cables, its flexible structure conforming to the curve of the bridge. Imagine the Kuswa being laid across the cables, its uneven surface creating a textured walking surface. Then, thinner ropes are laid across the Kuswa, providing a more even surface, a more secure footing. Visualize the layers building up, the bridge deck taking shape, the path across the gorge becoming more defined. Finally, the handrails are added, simple ropes lashed to the main cables, providing essential support and security. Imagine gripping the handrail, feeling the rough texture of the rope, the reassuring solidity of the structure. The Kusakachaka is complete, a testament to the enduring power of tradition, a symbol of connection and community. The celebration begins, marked by music, dance, and feasting. The community rejoices in their accomplishment, their collective effort having brought the bridge back to life. Imagine the vibrant colors of the traditional clothing, the rhythmic beat of the drums, the joyful sounds of laughter and celebration. The Keswachaka stands as a reminder of the ingenuity and resilience of the Andean people, their deep connection to the land, their unwavering commitment to their ancestors. Visualize the bridge, its renewed strength, its vibrant presence, a symbol of continuity, a bridge between past, present, and future. Breathe deeply, relax, and allow the image of the Kuswachaka, renewed and vibrant, to lull you into a peaceful sleep. A bridge between past, present, and future. But the Kuswachka, while a magnificent example, is not the only story. Across the vastness of the Andes, other communities face their own unique challenges, their own specific geographical realities. And these realities shape their bridge building, leading to a fascinating variety of techniques and designs. Imagine the Andes, this immense mountain range, its peaks piercing the sky, its valleys carved by ancient rivers. Imagine the diverse landscapes, the varying altitudes, the microclimates, creating a mosaic of environments. And in each of these environments, communities adapted, innovated, creating bridges uniquely suited to their needs. Further north, in regions where iku grass was less abundant, other materials took center stage. Think of the sturdy, flexible branches of the kabuya, a type of agave plant. Imagine its long, fibrous leaves, their strength and resilience. These leaves were harvested, their fibers meticulously extracted, then carefully twisted and braided into cords. Visualize the hands working, the rhythmic twisting motion, the gradual thickening of the cord. Feel the texture of the kabuya fibers, their rough surface, their inherent strength. These cords, though different from the Kuswa, serve the same purpose, becoming the building blocks of the bridges. Imagine them being laid out, their lengths measured, their ends aligned. The process of lashing begins, similar yet distinct. Different knots might be used, adapted to the specific properties of the kabuya. Visualize the knots, their intricate patterns, their functional beauty. In some areas, even wood, though scarce at higher altitudes, played a role in bridge construction. Imagine sturdy wooden beams hewn from the few available trees forming the base of the bridge. Visualize these beams, their rough-hewn surfaces, their solid presence. Across these beams, a platform of woven branches and vines would be created. Imagine the intricate weave, the interlacing of branches, the creation of a flexible yet stable surface. Ropes made of kabuya or other plant fibers would be used to secure the platform, lashing it tightly to the wooden beams. Visualize the ropes being wrapped around the beams, the knots pulled tight, securing the structure. The environment also dictated the overall design of the bridges. In deep, narrow gorges, suspension bridges were the preferred solution. Imagine the cables stretching across the chasm, their graceful curve mirroring the contours of the landscape. But in shallower, wider ravines, a different approach was often taken. Imagine a series of smaller bridges, stepping stones across the ravine, each one a miniature marvel of engineering. These smaller bridges, often built of stone and wood, were connected by short sections of pathway, creating a staggered route across the ravine. Visualize the path winding its way across the ravine, a testament to human ingenuity and adaptation. Consider the handrails, or sometimes the lack thereof. In some bridges, handrails were essential, providing a sense of security in exposed locations. Imagine gripping the handrail, feeling the rough texture of the rope, the reassuring solidity of the structure. But in other bridges, handrails were deemed unnecessary, perhaps due to the lower height of the bridge or the wider pathway. Imagine walking across the bridge, your arms outstretched for balance, your senses heightened by the exposure. And think of the anchoring systems, the points where the bridge connected to the land. These were crucial elements ensuring the stability and longevity of the structure. In some cases, large stones were used as anchors, their weight holding the cables firmly in place. Imagine the massive stones, their immobility, their silent strength. In other cases, the cables were anchored directly into the bedrock, holes drilled into the rock to secure the rope. Visualize the process, the careful drilling, the precise placement of the cables, the creation of an unyielding connection. The variations in bridge design and construction are a testament to the ingenuity and adaptability of the Andean people. Each bridge, a unique response to the specific challenges of the environment, reflects a deep understanding of local materials and a profound respect for the forces of nature. Imagine the bridges, their diverse forms, their shared purpose, connecting communities, facilitating trade, enabling communication. They stand as silent witnesses to a rich history of innovation, a testament to the enduring human spirit. Close your eyes now and visualize these different bridges, their unique designs, their varied materials. Feel the rough texture of the kabuya fibers, the smooth surface of the wooden beams, the cool touch of the stone anchors. Hear the wind whispering through the canyons, the gentle creak of the ropes, the rhythmic flow of the river below. Breathe deeply, relax, and allow these images to lull you into a peaceful sleep. Imagine yourself walking across one of these bridges, feeling the gentle sway beneath your feet, the vastness of the Andean landscape unfolding before you. The air is crisp and cool, the sun warm on your skin. You are safe, secure, connected. Breathe in, breathe out, and drift away into a restful slumber. But the ingenuity of the Andean people extended far beyond the construction of bridges. Rope, the very lifeblood of these aerial pathways, found countless other applications in their daily lives, woven into the fabric of their existence. Imagine the versatility of this simple yet powerful material, transformed into tools and implements that facilitated their movement and labor in the challenging Andean terrain. Consider the rope ladder, a lifeline in a land of steep cliffs and precipitous slopes. Visualize the simple yet effective design, 2 lengths of sturdy rope connected by a series of cross pieces, each rung carefully spaced and securely fastened. Focus on the knots used to bind the rungs to the ropes, perhaps a simple overhand knot, repeated again and again, its reliability proven over generations. Picture the rough texture of the rope against the palms of your hands as you climb, the gentle sway of the ladder with each upward movement, the growing sense of accomplishment as you ascend. Now imagine the creation of a rope harness, a vital tool for those venturing into the most challenging terrains. Picture the lengths of rope, carefully measured and cut, then knotted together to form a secure and supportive structure. Visualize the intricate knotwork, each knot serving a specific purpose, distributing weight, ensuring stability. Focus on the figure-8 knot, perhaps used to create loops for securing the harness around the waist and legs. Imagine the feeling of security the harness provides, the freedom it allows to navigate steep slopes and rocky outcrops, the confidence it inspires in the face of challenging climbs. And think of the carrying systems developed by the Andean people, ingenious methods for transporting goods across the rugged landscape. Visualize the large woven baskets, secured with ropes, carried on the backs of the llamas or humans. Imagine the careful arrangement of the goods within the basket, the precise placement of the ropes to ensure balance and stability. Picture the intricate knotting techniques used to secure the load, each knot a testament to the ingenuity and skill of the weaver. Focus on the square knot, perhaps used to join two ropes together, creating a longer, stronger cord. Imagine the weight of the basket against your back, the rhythmic movement of your steps as you traverse the mountain trails, the satisfaction of delivering your goods safely to their destination. These applications of rope technology, though seemingly simple, represent a profound understanding of materials and a remarkable capacity for innovation. The careful selection of fibers, the meticulous preparation of the rope, the precise execution of the knotting techniques, each step in the process reflects a deep respect for the natural world and a profound connection to the Andean landscape. Imagine the hands of the rope makers, calloused and strong, their movements practiced and precise. Visualize the fibers twisting and intertwining, transforming into strong, resilient cords. Focus on the knots, their intricate patterns, their inherent strength. Consider the different types of knots employed by the Andean people, each one tailored to a specific purpose. Imagine the overhand knot, the simplest of all knots, yet remarkably effective for securing loads and joining ropes. Visualize the figure-8 knot, its symmetrical form providing both strength and stability. Picture the square knot, its interlocking loops creating a secure and reliable bond. Focus on the clove hitch, its quick and easy application making it ideal for securing ropes to poles or trees. Imagine the sheepshank, its ability to shorten a rope without cutting it, a testament to the ingenuity and resourcefulness of the Andean people. These knots, though seemingly small and insignificant, played a vital role in the lives of the Andean communities. They enabled them to build bridges, construct shelters, create tools, and transport goods. They connected them to the land, to each other, and to their ancestors. Imagine the knots being tied, the ropes being pulled taut, the structures taking shape. Visualize the hands of the weavers, the strength of the fibers, the ingenuity of the designs. Focus on the textures, the colors, the patterns. Close your eyes now and let your mind wander through the Andean landscape. Imagine yourself walking along a mountain trail, a rope ladder slung over your shoulder, a woven basket secured to your back. Feel the cool mountain air against your skin, the warm sun on your face. Hear the wind whispering through the canyons, the rustling of the leaves, the distant call of a bird. Breathe deeply, relax, and allow yourself to drift into a peaceful sleep. Picture the rope makers, their hands moving with practiced ease, creating intricate knots, transforming simple fibers into strong, resilient cords. Visualize the bridges spanning deep gorges, the ladders scaling sheer cliffs, the harnesses enabling daring climbs. Focus on the details, the textures, the patterns. Imagine the ingenuity, the skill, the resourcefulness of the Andean people, their deep connection to the land, their profound respect for the natural world. Breathe in, breathe out, and allow these images to lull you into a restful slumber. Imagine yourself surrounded by the majestic peaks of the Andes, the vastness of the landscape, the silence of the mountains. You are safe, secure, connected. Breathe deeply, relax, and allow yourself to drift away into a peaceful sleep. The silence of the mountains. You are safe, secure, connected, and as you drift deeper into this tranquil state, we begin to see the faintest whispers of change on the wind. The subtle shift in the Andean landscape as a new force begins to emerge. The Inca, not with a clash of arms or a sudden upheaval, but with a quiet, almost imperceptible consolidation. Imagine the slow, steady expansion of the Inca Empire, like the gradual weaving of a vast tapestry, incorporating existing threads and patterns into a grand, unified design. The rope and bridge-building traditions, honed over generations, did not vanish with the arrival of the Inca. Instead, they were absorbed, refined, and standardized. Imagine the Inca engineers meticulously observing the diverse bridge-building techniques employed throughout the Andes. Visualize them studying the different knots, the varying materials, the unique construction methods. Focus on their careful analysis of each element, their methodical assessment of its strengths and weaknesses. Picture them documenting their findings, recording the intricate details in quipus, knotted cords used for record keeping. Imagine the knots of the quipus, each one representing a specific piece of information, a meticulous record of the accumulated knowledge of generations of bridge builders. The Inca brought a new level of organization and standardization to these practices. They established uniform standards for rope construction, dictating the specific fibers to be used, the precise twist of the strands, the exact dimensions of the finished rope. Imagine the Inca officials overseeing the rope-making process, ensuring adherence to the established guidelines. Visualize the bundles of iku grass, carefully sorted and graded according to their length and quality. Focus on the hands of the rope makers, their movements now even more precise, their technique refined through constant practice and adherence to the Inca standards. The Inca influence extended beyond the materials themselves to the very construction methods employed in bridge building. They recognized the effectiveness of the suspension bridge design and adopted it as their standard, promoting its widespread use throughout their vast empire. Imagine the Inca engineers surveying the landscape, identifying optimal locations for new bridges. Visualize them directing the construction process, ensuring the precise placement of the anchor points, the careful tensioning of the cables, the secure fastening of the roadway. Picture the bridges rising across deep gorges and rushing rivers, connecting distant communities, facilitating trade and communication throughout the empire. This standardization brought a new level of efficiency and reliability to bridge building. Imagine the flow of goods and people across the Inca road network, the smooth passage facilitated by the standardized bridges. Visualize the caravans of llamas laden with goods, traversing the mountain passes with ease. Focus on the runners, their swift feet carrying messages across the empire, their journeys expedited by the network of reliable bridges. Consider the impact of this interconnectedness on the lives of the Andean people, the enhanced trade, the improved communication, the increased access to resources. But the Inca did more than simply standardize existing techniques. They also integrated them, combining the best elements of different traditions to create even more sophisticated and resilient structures. Imagine the Inca engineers studying the various knots used by different communities, identifying the most secure and efficient designs. Visualize them experimenting with new combinations of materials, testing the strength and durability of different fibers. Focus on their innovative spirit, their willingness to adapt and improve upon existing practices. The Inca also introduced new technologies, such as the use of bronze tools for working with stone, which further enhanced the strength and durability of their bridges. Imagine the clang of bronze against stone, the precise carving of anchor points, the secure placement of the foundation stones. Visualize the strength and stability of these stone foundations, their ability to withstand the forces of nature, the passage of time. Focus on the texture of the ropes, the smooth, tightly woven strands of ichu grass, the rough, sturdy fibers of maguey. Imagine the weight of the ropes in your hands, the strength they possess, the security they provide. Visualize the intricate knots, their complex patterns, their unwavering hold. Picture the bridges scanning deep gorges, the ladders scaling sheer cliffs, the harnesses enabling daring climbs. Focus on the ingenuity, the skill, the resourcefulness of the Andean people, their deep connection to the land, their profound respect for the natural world. Breathe in, breathe out. Allow these images to lull you deeper into a peaceful slumber. Imagine yourself walking along one of these Inca roads, the rhythmic sound of your footsteps echoing through the mountains. Feel the cool mountain air against your skin, the warm sun on your face. Hear the distant rush of a river, the gentle rustling of the leaves, the soft whisper of the wind. You are safe, secure, connected. Breathe deeply, relax, and allow yourself to drift away into a restful sleep. Imagine the hands of the rope makers, the strength of the fibers, the ingenuity of the designs. Visualize the bridges connecting communities, facilitating trade, promoting communication. Focus on the details, the textures, the patterns. Breathe in, breathe out, and allow the slow, steady rhythm of your breath to carry you deeper into sleep. The Inca legacy, however, extends far beyond their own empire. Their innovations, built upon centuries of pre-Inca knowledge, became a cornerstone of Andean bridge building for generations to come. Imagine the knowledge passed down not through written texts, but through hands-on experience, through the shared language of knots and fibers. Visualize the master bridge builders, their weathered hands guiding the younger generation, sharing the secrets of their craft. Focus on the oral tradition, the stories and songs that preserve the knowledge of bridge building, passed down from one generation to the next. Think of the communities in the remote Andean highlands, continuing to build and maintain suspension bridges using techniques that echo those of their pre-Inca ancestors. Picture the careful selection of ichu grass, the meticulous harvesting of the strong, flexible stems. Visualize the hands working the fibers, twisting and braiding them into cords. The rhythmic movements a testament to the enduring tradition. Focus on the creation of the Quizhuachaca Bridge, a remarkable example of this living legacy, rebuilt annually in a communal effort that celebrates the continuity of ancient knowledge. Imagine the community gathering, each member playing a specific role, the collaborative spirit echoing the ancient traditions. Visualize the men braiding the Quizhuachaca ropes, the women weaving the smaller cords, the children carrying bundles of iku grass. Focus on the sense of community, the shared purpose, the connection to the past. Consider the meticulous process of braiding the main cables, the rhythmic intertwining of the individual strands, the gradual thickening of the rope. Picture the hands working in unison, the smooth, practiced movements, the steady growth of the cable. Visualize the length of the finished cable, its impressive thickness, its remarkable strength. Focus on the texture of the rope, the rough, fibrous surface, the tightly woven strands. Imagine the weight of the rope in your hands, the feeling of strength and resilience. Now, picture the anchoring of the cables, the careful placement of the stones, the secure fastening of the ropes. Visualize the digging of the anchor holes, the careful positioning of the stones, the precise wrapping of the ropes. Focus on the tension in the cables, the pull against the anchor points, the stability of the structure. Imagine the bridge deck being laid, the careful placement of the wooden planks, the secure lashing to the main cable. Visualize the workers moving across the nascent bridge, their careful steps, their confident movements. Focus on the sway of the bridge, the gentle rocking motion, the feeling of being suspended above the gorge. Consider the ongoing maintenance of these bridges, the constant vigilance required to ensure their safety and longevity. Picture the regular inspections, the careful checking of the ropes, the prompt replacement of any worn or damaged sections. Visualize the community working together to maintain the bridge, their shared responsibility, their commitment to preserving this vital link. Focus on the importance of these bridges, their role in connecting communities, facilitating trade, and enabling communication. Imagine the flow of goods and people across these bridges, the movement of livestock, the transport of agricultural produce. Visualize the traders crossing the bridge, their llamas laden with goods, the rhythmic sound of their footsteps echoing across the gorge. Focus on the farmers bringing their produce to market, the vibrant colors of the fruits and vegetables, the earthy smells of the land. Picture the children crossing the bridge on their way to school, their laughter echoing through the mountains, their energy and enthusiasm a testament to the vitality of these communities. Now shift your focus to the preservation of traditional knowledge, the passing down of skills and techniques from one generation to the next. Imagine the elders sharing their wisdom, the younger generation listening attentively, absorbing the knowledge that has been passed down for centuries. Visualize the hands-on training, the practical experience gained through participation in the annual bridge rebuilding ceremony. Focus on the importance of maintaining these traditions, the vital role they play in preserving cultural heritage, in connecting communities to their past. Consider the impact of these bridges on the lives of the Andean people, the way they have shaped the landscape, the way they have facilitated communication and trade. Imagine the bridges as lifelines, connecting isolated communities, enabling access to essential resources. Visualize the flow of information, the exchange of ideas, the spread of culture across the Andes. Focus on the resilience of these communities, their ability to adapt to challenging environments, their ingenuity in creating sustainable solutions. Breathe deeply, relax, and allow these images to lull you deeper into a peaceful slumber. Feel the gentle sway of the bridge beneath your feet, the cool mountain air against your skin, the warm sun on your face. Hear the distant rush of the river, the soft whisper of the wind, the rhythmic sound of the weaver's hands. You are safe, secure, connected. Breathe in, breathe out, and allow the slow, steady rhythm of your breath to carry you deeper into sleep. Imagine the hands of the rope makers, the strength of the fibers, the ingenuity of the designs. Visualize the bridges connecting communities, facilitating trade, promoting communication. Focus on the details, the textures, the patterns. Breathe in, breathe out, and allow yourself to drift away into a restful sleep. Imagine the hands of the rope makers, strong and nimble, twisting and turning the icugrass fibers. Feel the rough texture of the fibers, the dry rustling sound as they intertwine. Visualize the creation of the individual strands, then the meticulous process of plying them together, forming thicker, stronger ropes. Focus on the steady rhythm of their movements, the repetitive motion, the hypnotic dance of their hands. Breathe deeply in and out, allowing the slow, deliberate pace to lull you deeper into relaxation. Now shift your perspective. Imagine standing beside a modern suspension bridge, a marvel of engineering, a testament to human ingenuity. Visualize the massive steel cables gleaming in the sunlight, stretching across a vast expanse. Consider the immense strength of these cables, their ability to support the weight of countless vehicles. Focus on the intricate network of steel beams and girders, the complex geometry, the precise calculations that underpin the bridge's design. Breathe deeply in and out, allowing yourself to be mesmerized by the sheer scale of this modern marvel. Consider the similarities between these two seemingly disparate structures, the ancient rope bridges of the Andes and the modern suspension bridges of today. Both rely on the same fundamental principle: tension. The strength of the issue grass ropes, like the strength of the steel cables, lies in their ability to resist being pulled apart. Visualize the forces at play, the tension and compression, the delicate balance that keeps these bridges suspended in mid-air. Imagine the engineers who designed the modern bridge, their meticulous calculations, their careful planning. Now, imagine the ancient bridge builders, the pre-Inca engineers, their intuitive understanding of materials and forces, their accumulated knowledge passed down through generations. Though separated by centuries of technological advancement, both groups faced similar challenges, both demonstrated remarkable ingenuity in overcoming them. Focus on the anchor points of the modern bridge, the massive concrete foundations that secure the cables to the earth. Now, visualize the anchor points of the ancient rope bridges, the carefully chosen rock formations, the secure lashings that bound the ropes to the mountainside. Both relied on the strength and stability of the earth to hold the bridge in place, to resist the pull of gravity. Picture the roadway of the modern bridge, the smooth asphalt surface, the steady flow of traffic. Now visualize the deck of the ancient rope bridge, the carefully placed wooden planks, the gentle sway with each step. Though vastly different in materials and construction, both serve the same purpose: to provide a safe passage across a chasm, to connect two points separated by a natural barrier. Consider the ongoing maintenance of the modern bridge, the regular inspections, the sophisticated sensors that monitor its structural integrity. Now recall the maintenance of the ancient rope bridges, the constant vigilance of the community, the regular replacement of worn or damaged ropes. Both require ongoing care and attention to ensure their safety and longevity. Visualize the workers on the modern bridge, the engineers, the construction crews, the maintenance teams, all working together to keep the bridge functioning smoothly. Now, picture the Andean communities working together to build and maintain their rope bridges, the shared responsibility, the collective effort required to maintain this vital link. Focus on the impact of the modern bridge, the way it facilitates transportation, commerce, and communication. Imagine the flow of goods and people across the bridge, the bustling activity, the constant movement. Now, recall the impact of the ancient rope bridges, the way they connected communities, facilitated trade, and enabled communication in the Andean region. Though on different scales, both served as vital lifelines, connecting people and places, enabling the exchange of goods and ideas. Breathe deeply in and out, allowing yourself to be lulled by the slow, steady rhythm of your breath. Imagine the intricate details of the ancient rope bridges, the careful knotting, the precise placement of the planks, the secure lashings. Visualize the modern suspension bridge, the gleaming steel cables, the massive concrete towers, the smooth flow of traffic. Consider the ingenuity of both the ancient and modern bridge builders, their ability to overcome challenges, to create structures that connect us, that bridge the gaps between us. Focus on the feeling of connection, the sense of community fostered by these bridges, both ancient and modern. Imagine the flow of people and goods across these structures, the exchange of ideas, the spread of culture. Breathe in, breathe out, and allow yourself to drift deeper into relaxation. Feel the gentle sway of the bridge beneath your feet, the rhythmic sound of your breath, the quiet peace of the night. You are safe, secure, connected. Let these images and sensations lull you into a deep, restful sleep. Breathe in, breathe out, and allow yourself to drift even deeper into relaxation. Feel the cool night air as you stand on this ancient bridge, high in the Andes. The stars above you are brilliant, sharp pinpricks of light against the velvety blackness of the sky. Beneath you, the valley floor is shrouded in darkness, a deep, mysterious void. Focus on the ropes of the bridge, the thick, sturdy strands of Inca grass, carefully twisted and braided together. Run your fingers over the rough texture of the ropes. Feel the strength and resilience of these natural fibers. Notice the intricate knotting that binds the ropes together, the complex interlacing that creates a secure and stable structure. Visualize the hands that created these knots, the skilled fingers that work tirelessly to weave these vital lifelines. Imagine the generations of knowledge passed down through the centuries, the accumulated wisdom that enabled the creation of these remarkable structures. Breathe deeply, in and out, allowing the slow, steady rhythm of your breath to calm your mind and body. Feel the gentle sway of the bridge beneath your feet, the rhythmic creaking of the ropes, the soft whisper of the wind. Now shift your focus to the wooden planks that form the deck of the bridge. Notice the variations in color and texture, the unique patterns created by the grain of the wood. Feel the slightly uneven surface beneath your feet, the subtle shifts and movements as you slowly walk across the bridge. Imagine the careful selection and preparation of these wooden planks, the meticulous process of shaping and fitting them into place. Consider the tools used to create these bridges, the simple yet effective implements fashioned from stone, wood, and bone. Visualize the sharp edges of the stone knives used to cut the issue grass, the smooth, rounded surfaces of the wooden mallets used to tighten the knots. Imagine the strength and dexterity required to wield these tools, the patience and precision needed to create these intricate structures. Breathe in, breathe out, and allow the images and sensations to lull you deeper into relaxation. Focus on the anchor points of the bridge, the massive rock formations that secure the ropes to the mountainside. Visualize the careful selection of these anchor points, the meticulous process of securing the ropes, with strong, durable lashings. Imagine the immense weight these anchor points must bear, the constant pull of gravity on the bridge and its occupants. Consider the stability and strength of the earth itself, the solid foundation that supports these remarkable structures. Now bring your attention back to the ropes of the bridge, the intricate knotting, the careful braiding. Visualize the individual fibers of the IQ grass, the tightly woven strands that create a strong, resilient rope. Imagine the hands that gathered and prepared these natural fibers, the careful process of harvesting, drying, and twisting the grass into rope. Consider the knowledge and skill required to create these rope, the generations of experience passed down through the centuries. Breathe deeply, in and out, allowing yourself to be enveloped by the quiet peace of the night. Think about the significance of these ancient bridges, the vital role they played in connecting communities, facilitating trade, and enabling communication. Imagine the flow of people and goods across these bridges, the exchange of ideas, the spread of culture. Visualize the bustling marketplaces, the lively festivals, the vibrant communities that thrived thanks to these essential links. Consider the impact of these bridges on the lives of the Andean people, the way they shaped their world, their culture, their very existence. Now shift your focus to the present moment, to the feeling of your body resting comfortably, to the gentle rhythm of your breath. Release any remaining tension or stress, allowing yourself to drift deeper and deeper into relaxation. Visualize the ancient rope bridges, the intricate knotting, the sturdy wooden planks, the secure anchor points. Imagine the skilled hands that created these structures, the generations of knowledge and experience that made them possible. Consider the ingenuity and resilience of the Andean people, their ability to overcome challenges, to create something beautiful and functional out of the materials at hand. Breathe in, breathe out, and allow yourself to be filled with a sense of peace and tranquility. Feel the gentle sway of the bridge beneath your feet, the rhythmic sound of your breath, the quiet stillness of the night. Focus on the connection between the past and the present, the unbroken thread that links us to the ingenuity and creativity of our ancestors. Visualize the modern suspension bridges that span vast distances, the complex engineering feats that connect us across continents and oceans. Consider the ingenuity of both the ancient and modern bridge builders, their ability to overcome challenges, to create structures that unite us, that bridge the gaps between us. Breathe deeply, in and out, and allow yourself to drift even further into relaxation. Feel the weight of your body sinking into the surface beneath you, the gentle warmth spreading through your limbs. Let the images and sensations of the ancient rope bridges lull you into a deep, restful sleep. You are safe, secure, connected. Drift now into the quiet stillness of the night. Let go of all your thoughts and worries, and allow yourself to be carried away on the gentle currents of sleep. Breathe in, breathe out, and sleep.